From Plant Lab in Austin, Texas, this is Stacker News Live!
Gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting episode of Stacker News Live. My name's Car with my BFF Keyan. We're fighting internet issues this week. It's really annoying.
Yeah, we're both on our phones, I think. We're sacrificing data, mobile data for all the plebs out there.
I think so we had that flood last night. So the flood was going on like while all this was like rainy and stuff. But I also think it might be the squirrel because there's like squirrels right above your office. And maybe they cut into the line again. I've been seeing more acrobatic squirrels.
Yeah, the family of squirrels that I feed regularly above my squirrel farm. They might be.
Well, like last year, I showed you the piece that they like chewed through. The squirrels actually chewed through the wire. That's why we had intermittent issues.
Yeah, that was Jerry. I told him the wires are off limits and to just eat the fruity pebbles that I give him. But
well, yeah. With that, we're gonna jump into this week's top stories.
Top stories of the week.
Top stories of the week on Stacker News Live. The first top story is I'm losing my faith. This is from BTC Remnant. Happened on April 16th. 160 comments, 78.9 thousand sats. What happened here, Keyan?
This one was a hot one. So we had this like drove like a bunch of traffic over the weekend. But this is kind of the title kind of explains it, but he's
losing his faith in what, like Jesus or
Bitcoin?
Oh,
yeah. So he's basically saying that he's having, I don't know, like thoughts about Bitcoin that are not necessarily positive is mostly what the post is about. It's kind of saying that he's like becoming a little bit, I think, disillusioned with it's just like bear market blues. I think this is kind of common. When things are going bad and something that you were previously long-term committed to, you begin wondering if you should be long-term committed to them. And things aren't necessarily bad in Bitcoin, but from his perspective, they are and it's mostly speaking to the more like social, cultural side and some of his perception of what is going on in Bitcoin, which is, people believing that Bitcoin is like inevitable, people believing that core devs should be allowed to do nearly anything they want to do, things like that. He's kind of taking an issue with and have caused him to he doesn't end by saying, I'm no longer a Bitcoiner. I don't really get that at all, but it's more so he's questioning his commitment to Bitcoin.
Yeah. I guess who quit over the summer? I think there was a couple. Was it Jeremy that quit over the summer? I don't know, man. I don't really feel down about Bitcoin. I guess we kind of get into discussions about it here at the lab, but I feel like everybody's trying their best, man, to make it work. Right?
Yeah. I think that's definitely what's going on. This is a pretty funny meme he included in it. It's like one of perhaps the most popular and most favorited Bitcoin memes, where it's like Neo. He's like, "What are you trying to tell me, that I can trade my Bitcoin for millions someday?" And then it's Morpheus. He's like, "No, Neo, I'm trying to tell you that you'll not be able to buy anything anyways, and also all the ramps are going to be closed, so you better start learning how ordinals work." It's pretty hilarious, but
gosh, dude,
it's a very bearish.
That's one thing about like the Bitcoin space, dude. It's just like there's so much doomers inside this space, man. It's so sad. It's like if you just stop and look around for a second and realize like how far we progressed just in the past like 12 months, like you get really bullish. So they do. Let's just say hypothetically we do go down this route and they like close all the off ramps. Well, then stop taking money. Like just stop taking cash and just start buying everything with Bitcoin. And we'll figure out, we have all the apps to do it. Like look at the Bitcoin company app. You can buy everything on there. They even have a web version of it. If you don't know how to get Bitcoin, well, guess what? You can do it on Stacker News. Like there's all like we're already building all these things. This kind of talk is just like nonsense at this point for me. Yes, we're not there, but like, come on, it's happening very slowly, but everybody's trying really hard out there, man.
Yeah, I mean, so he takes issue with like in part the Bitcoin like hodler mentality. And that while there is like a bit of a narrative to push people to spending, it's still not common. And that's kind of a problem because like if we want businesses to accept Bitcoin, people need to be spending it because that's the only reason that a business would accept it is if people want to pay for goods in it. And so that's kind of one thing he takes an issue with is like, yeah, so the on-ramps get closed to Bitcoin. Sure, we'll just buy everything with Bitcoin. But if stores aren't accepting it because they don't have off ramps into a currency they want as well, then I don't know. I think it's not a rosy picture of Bitcoin, but it's like fairly nuanced. I think the issues he's discussing are they have a point to them. I'm not sure it lands entirely with me, but it has a point.
I mean, I understand, right? Maybe he's just getting down on himself, but like dude, there's so many things like Oshi's out there. You can use that to buy local stuff. You can even use the Bitcoin company app to buy Visa credit cards if you wanted to. There's so many ways. Fountain.
My bad.
Fountain.
I was double checking.
Fountain's also another thing too. Like,
we're probably echoing there.
And then Nostr, you can zap. Like right now, we could literally go on Nostr and say, hey, I need $5 of sats to like go buy, coffee or whatever. And somebody would do that for you. We're living in an age, Keyan, where like sats are flowing, bro. Like, what is this loser talk? This is this doomer talk. It's just,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't mind thinking about negative scenarios and stuff. And I like actually being pushed to the point where I have to consider them because I feel like it makes my rosy arguments better. But it was a very well received post and it had a polar response, but I think it might be our most commented post ever. It got 100.
Really?
Yeah, I think it got like.
Who had the top one? It looks like Joe did.
We got 160 comments. That's the hottest comment, but let's see if there's a top one. It's a long list of comments. There we go. Yeah, it was Joe's response that got the most.
Yeah, he said right there, fantastic post, resonated with me, TLDR, too much LARPing, not enough Bitcoin. If anything, that's exactly what that is. He is 100% right on that. There's a lot of LARPing in Bitcoin, in the bear market. No one's out there like pushing up, no one's out there actually doing the stuff. They're just talking about it, going to these meetups. Yeah, we're doing this. No, you're not. Like, come on, get out there, pick up a shovel. Get to building.
What is the shovel going to do? How is the shovel
I was on a rant. But then he goes, HODL, spend and replace more centralized on-ramps suck. I will shill while it's associated all the time for my videos and content. I use the excuse that for no newbies, it's a great in-ramp. I'm going to make it an effective effort to shill Phoenix. I would say just get people onboarded, man. Just get them onboarded any way you can. But yeah, I think he's right. I think Joe's right. Let me go drop him some stats.
Yeah. That was another point he made in there was about custodial shilling, that a lot of people in the community are like quite comfortable shilling custodial solutions, just because they want to onboard newbies. And I find that in conflict with like the rest of the piece because he's kind of claiming there's like poor adoption, but then he's also saying we shouldn't really concern ourselves too much with the noobs and show these custodial solutions that might be more suitable to them or onboarding them. You kind of can't have it both ways. It's just these custodial like we need to what we really need to do if I think the motivation behind this post were a little more maybe sincere is build better non-custodial solutions that rival the custodial ones, rather than just ask newcomers to accept the issues that are present in non-custodial solutions.
Yeah. This is one right here. So this was from Satoshi Nakamoto. He says, Bitcoin is reality today. Bitcoin will change over time with or without you. If Bitcoin doesn't match up with your vision of what you think Bitcoin should be, either A, change your mind, change your frame, or build something that enables your vision to become reality. Always remember, a calm mind is the ultimate weapon against any challenge. Thank you. That should be the top. That should be the top comment, because that's exactly what you just need to do. You don't like something in Bitcoin, you go out and do it yourself. Like, it's that simple. That's what's so great about Bitcoin is anybody can come in there and like change whatever they want. I mean, obviously not with the protocol, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, anybody can participate. Bitcoin is for enemies.
You could change the protocol. You might not get other people to agree with your changes, and therefore you might not have something that's worth anything, but you could even do that. You could even change the protocol if you wanted to. And if it's good, other people might use it.
If you have a problem with Wallet of Satoshi, build a better product that is non-custodial. You know, like you think like that's literally what it comes down to. Just like,
but what if he's not a programmer? What if he can't learn how to code, Car?
Well, then assist people, assist developers. They need a lot of help. You could help them with funding. You can help them with just like marketing, getting their opinions out there, like whatever it is. Write about a particular developer, show off their work, show off their repositories, tweet it out, like support them directly on GitHub. Like, there's all these ways you can be supporting developers. It's not just like, it's that simple. Anyways, I think people are tired of hearing me rant.
Cool. Yeah. And get a shovel, guys. I don't know if you guys heard Car before, but that's the main solution.
Get a shovel and bury all the doomers. That's what I would say. I'm kidding. LNbits SaaS, a solution for schools, projects, and events. 4,400 sats, 4 comments from Darthcoin.
Yeah.
This is another LNbits piece.
It is. I think this is kind of a bigger feature release for LNbits that I've seen, but basically they'll self-host LNbits for you. You can pay them on I believe a monthly basis. It might be annual, but basically they've released a SaaS for LNbits, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's a great SaaS is like, I don't know, like semi-universally considered like one of the greater business models in software. And LNbits has one now, which is great. I don't know what the pricing is. If you go to launch, they want you to sign up, but you can look at the demo, which is mostly Legend. But LNbits is cool. I know a lot of people. I feel like as far as fun things you could do on the Lightning Network, LNbits is probably one of the more fun ones.
Yeah, dude. LNbits has so many cool little gadgets that you can implement just like on your node. Like we were playing around, or Topher was playing around this week. We went into our Voltage node, and then there was like all these little cool things you can do with like Spotify, start up a store. It's really cool.
Yeah, they have tons of plugins, a really like rich extension ecosystem, and I think a lot of people would be pretty excited by the things that you can do on it, and I think it's relatively underexplored. Like, I don't know of a popular, say, store on LNbits that I've used, but I know there are like app developers that use LNbits on the back end quite a bit of the time, and it might be therefore somewhat hidden. But there might not be as much uptake as maybe it deserves. But there are lots of people that I talk to who are aware of the project, use it on their own node, play around with it. It's just in that, I think it might still be somewhat in that like nascent toy phase, but I think eventually it will get. I think this is a step to where we're beginning to see maybe it might actually mature into something like pretty significant, where this becomes the way a lot of people maybe interact with Lightning on the like provider side, seller side.
Yeah. I mean, as far as I've been hanging out with you guys, it seems like LNbits is always the first thing you guys implement to do any kind of project or any type of hackathon thing. So it's cool, dude. You get up and building really fast from what I could tell. And it's really, and like Voltage really integrates it really well too as well. That's what I like. Here, Pilar says, can't wait for FediMint and LNbits integration where any newbie can easily spin up an LNbits instance and use a federation as its funding source. I think strikes a beautiful balance in future richness, simplicity, and risk. Can that happen? Can they do integration like that?
They already have. I believe they already have. Oh no, that's on Umbrel. But on Umbrel, you can run a cashew mint.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, which is kind of similar. I feel like LNbits and Umbrel are kind of occupying a sort of related space in the ecosystem where they're both providing kind of a platform for applications to exist on top of Bitcoin.
Using a cashew.
Yeah. So cashew runs on Umbrel, but it might also run on LNbits. I haven't checked. They might also have it there too. It might have existed there before even Umbrel. Is it Cal? Is it Cal that does? Is he the one? I don't know how you pronounce his name, but it's like Cali or Calle is how it's spelled.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Thanks, Starcoin, for putting that together. The next top story. Wow, this was fast. The next top story is Mullvad VPN subject to a search warrant. Customer data not compromised. This is from Byzantine. 18 comments, 3,430 sats. Didn't we just talk about Mullvad like a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, they released a browser with Tor, and that's why we talked about them. So they're getting out there. I think maybe privacy is becoming more of a thing, or maybe I don't know.
What happened here?
So apparently they got issued a search warrant. They have offices in Sweden apparently, and they said at least 6 police officers. So someone there was struggled. They had so many police officers they struggled to count them. From the National Operations Department of the Swedish Police went to their offices in Gothenburg. I believe it. I don't know. How do you say it? I don't know. Gothenburg. And then with a search warrant. And they got nothing according to Mullvad. They said that they don't apparently, I don't know what their policies are with respect to customer data, but kind of it implies that they have like no data collection policies. Does not collect user data. Mullvad is based in Sweden, and none of the Swedish regulations can force VPN providers to secretly collect traffic-related data. We also have no servers, infrastructure, or staff in India. So,
wow. So they basically told them to take a hike.
Well, they didn't even have to because they couldn't even get any. Even if they couldn't tell them to take a hike, and they could take every machine in their office. Wow. They're basically saying that they wouldn't be able to get anything on their customers. So, what's kind of interesting is it says they've been operating for 14 years and have never had a search warrant.
Well, you know what just happened, right? Didn't they just make that browser like last week? Yeah, the Mullvad browser, or was that released way before?
No, that was released then, but I don't think that it's unlikely they're related. They're or causal. They're correlated. I know you have an antenna. You have a correlation antenna, but I think it's.
I have a very good correlation antenna. Because look at that Tor browser privacy. We literally were talking about on the show, like you can hide your fingerprint across the web. I'm just saying. That's a compliment, I think, getting rated by the Sweden Gothenburg.
Well, I just wonder what they were looking for. They didn't really share what they
just wanted to say hi, probably. It was just one of those where they just said hi.
I see. Just like a touch and go.
Just like a touch and go, right? Just like, hey. Victory said, why am I not surprised? It's really amazing how the world has changed. Western democracies have become evil, in my opinion. What do you think? 333 cents on that one. You think it's evil?
I don't know if it's evil. I don't know. I don't know what the motivation was. There wasn't really anything shared. I don't know.
Othazar says, I propose that people stop sending money to trusted third parties and instead send that money to a project through OpenSats or EFF to build something better than Tor. A better than Tor is entirely possible. So we're not permanently effed. But until a better than Tor is built, we are currently effed for 2 reasons. Tor can't properly protect against a global surveillance program, but Tor does provide protection against national surveillance programs. VPNs can't even protect against national surveillance programs. since nation states can easily go to the VPN's ISP and grab all the traffic in and out of the VPN servers. The folks at the Tor Foundation are probably knowledgeable enough to build it better than Tor, but their resources are focused on keeping Tor working. That's why I propose another project to solve the global surveillance problem. Yeah, what do you think about that? I think it's a beautiful dream, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if it can actually be done in theory.
I think a better than Tor is possible. I think Bitcoin might be the thing to actually get us that, but it's remaining to be built. I know someone funded by Spiral with a project called Indra is attempting to do this.
Indra?
Yeah. Yeah, that's how you spell it. But I don't know what the status of that project is. He occasionally posts updates on Stacker News. But I think that's the biggest problem with Tor is a lack of
resources,
built-in Sybil resistance, and a lack of incentives to kind of participate in the network. And maybe a lightning powered version of Tor would change that. But yeah, privacy sucks on the web. It does.
Yep. Next top story is Bitcoin privacy. Man, 15,000 sats, 9 comments from Code Psychology. Has it just been like a really doomer week on Stacker News? It seems like a lot of privacy, a lot of Bitcoin.
I don't think so. If you drop,
I mean, the only one that was the LNbits one seems kind of hopeful. What's going on here with this one?
I don't know. Well, I mean, if you look at the rest of the top stories, you have MicroStrategy and their email address. You have Taproot and Moose. You have peer-to-peer market discussion.
Do you think on Stacker News people tend to upvote all the more doomer stuff? What do you think?
That might be the case. I think it might cause people to have more discussion, and people like more discussion. I think that tends to be you on social media. You tend to get people reacting more so to polar extremes of things, and just because that causes them to act. You might read a decent story on Stacker News that's like moderately hopeful, but you don't care. You don't care enough to give it sats. Maybe
it's more like refrigerator buzz. Then that's what it is.
Refrigerator buzz.
Yeah, Tom York. Anyway,
does anyone know? Stackers, if you know what that means, send Car a boost, and he'll maybe have to tell me what it means.
Bitcoin privacy. What is this one?
Code Psychology just kind of lays out Bitcoin privacy in general. Kind of defining for us what private means, what anonymous means, and where Bitcoin lands in that ecosystem, and describe some of the ways you might better achieve either using Bitcoin. This graphic is probably a pretty good summary, but Bitcoin, you don't really get great anonymity. You get pseudo anonymity, as many Bitcoiners are aware. But you're not like completely doxed either. It's also obviously not private, because like your transaction are broadcast on a public ledger. So if you are not anonymous in your transaction, then then potentially lots of people know that you made that transaction. Just goes through and kind of describes maybe some of the ways that you might be able to deal with this situation better, encouraging Tor, VPNs, mixing, coin joins, all of the good stuff that Bitcoiners preach. But maybe for a newer Bitcoiner, they might not know.
Yeah, this is from Joda. He says, mixing is expensive, as is non-KYC. Isn't Lightning even more of a mixing than mixers? Couldn't one simply deposit Bitcoin to their non-KYC Lightning wallet, then send back? No, right? Because it's on the same channel.
Where does that one come?
That's from Joda.
Joda. Mining is expensive, or mixing is expensive. It is. I think there are some people that that do hold that position, I don't think about this very much, but it might be the case. As a sender, that you have pretty great privacy. So if you could somehow send to a service privately, then send from that service to a Lightning node that is, anonymous, I guess, or also private, maybe only available by a private channel, and then you shut it down. It's probably expensive too. It's probably like just as expensive as mixing. But I'm not actually sure. I haven't really thought about that deeply.
Yeah. Wasn't there something last night about gosh, I guess I don't remember. My brain's fried this week. A bit as we're talking about I guess there was something that got merged on Lightning.
Oh, route blinding.
Route blinding.
Yeah. That's where the receiver can hide who they are from the sender. It's a protocol level change that has been worked on.
Yeah, here it goes. It looks like T-Bloss said the blinded paths PR is ready and waiting for bike shedding. Then it shows the GitHub. I added more examples and answered all pending comments. I'd most like feedback on the last commit, blinded payments, and we should be ready to ship this great privacy improvement soon. And then he links to his GitHub. This is from Twitter. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, privacy enhancements are coming to Lightning, so maybe it will obsolete all Bitcoin mixing.
Looks like it got merged.
Methods. Yes, it did get merged, but it's apparently a ways away. I mean, especially from adoption on the Lightning Network, because you need
all the implementations.
Yeah,
too, yeah,
people to be running software that supports it.
Okay. Well, I mean, keep an eye on it. The last top story that rounds out the week is your opinion about AI and jobs. This is from New Llama. 37 comments, 6,536 sets, April 18th. What happened here?
I guess null AMA came. I always pronounce it null AMA, but it might be New Llama.
New Llama.
Might be it too. And just a weird spelling. Basically, they're asking about how people feel about AI and jobs. This is kind of, I think, on a lot of people's minds now with ChatGPT.
What are you seeing out there, Keyan? What do you think with your network in California? Are people getting laid off because of ChatGPT? You think that's coming, or
no? I don't. I mean, I don't know. Maybe people who aren't, who are maybe there's like a, there's like a fat tail of people who don't really provide a novel sort of value that a kind of machine learning model like ChatGPT can emulate pretty well. But I don't think ChatGPT is ready to replace programmers yet. I think it probably eventually will.
Do you think I have a question. This is kind of like somewhat on topic, but off topic. Do you think the people that work for like Microsoft, Facebook, or Meta, Google, Apple, all these places that, that are becoming millionaires over the course of like a handful of years, do you think those kind of positions go away? Where they, where it's just like a really cushy job because of AI comes in and like, you can, the work of one person now is the work of like 5 people, with ChatGPT.
I don't know. I mean, it's really hard to think about. I think it's about as naive as saying AI isn't going to disrupt any jobs. I think it's hard to predict because there's a lot of complicated factors when considering when you're hiring someone as these companies. It's hopefully what they're doing is they're hiring people that are smart and adaptable and whatever. And those people will still be valuable when the tools are more powerful. And so it's just the tools will be more powerful. So those companies will be able to produce more value for a given employee than they might otherwise.
So you think like people that are like the lazy ones, the people that are not the go-getters, the keeping up with this kind of technology right now and where it's headed. And do you think those people go away because they're not as productive as some of these other people that are leveraging these tools?
Yeah, I don't know if lazy is exactly the right word, but yeah, I think it might hurt people who want things to be easy, and or only like to do things that are easy, because those are the things that are going to be easiest for AI to replace, almost by definition, because these are easy tasks. And so I think that might be what happens. It's so hard to tell. I don't really know. But I think ChatGPT isn't going to replace, or AI like systems aren't going to replace all human jobs. Humans are still going to value other humans. At least I will, into the future, and like knowing that another human being made something, or
it makes you kind of like, you start thinking of like how developers and other people are interfacing with ChatGPT. It almost now, like we were talking about it like maybe like a month or two ago about, a brain implant. Now it's a throughput problem, right? Like how fast can you get from what's inside your head, Keyan, to keys on the keyboard? Now it's like a throughput problem, if that's the case, because then you have, Yeah,
I think it's cool. I still haven't used. I know GitHub has a Copilot tool that does like kind of AI suggestions while you're programming. I still haven't used that. I really want to try that out.
See if it works. Like,
yeah, I mean, I've heard it's pretty good. I know people who speak pretty strongly and favorably for it. I know even ChatGPT the people that I've heard. Topher, who gave a talk on using ChatGPT, he's like the best thing is you have an algorithm that doesn't need much context, but you can kind of describe for it, and it'll produce a really nice solution to something that's a fairly complicated problem, like technically, but doesn't involve a lot of context. And I think that is where these things shine right now.
I would say for me personally, like it has replaced Google for me at this point. I don't use Google, only in the search bar now. That's it. Or not the search bar, only in the browser thing. If I do use it, everything is like ChatGPT to get questions answered and find things. So
I haven't gone that way.
But then again, I'm not a developer. I'm not like you. I'm not a developer. This is just like a regular car,
But even in that case, I don't think ChatGPT really serves it for me. I think their UX is still bad. I mean, I think it's better than you might expect for something like ChatGPT, but relative to Google, I feel like it sucks.
It's the iPhone 1.
Yeah, no, I know it's early. I'm not saying it's going to be stuck that way forever. What I'm saying is that every time I visit chat.openai.com, I have to log in, and then I have to like spoon feed it what I mean every time I want something answered.
So you remember the iPhone? I don't know. Did you have the first iPhone? I remember having the first iPhone. You literally had to go like this, like to make sure the signal was there. Like there were so many problems with that first iPhone. I don't think people realize it was so ugly on the back because Jobs had to put the plastic on there. So it was so bad, but everybody but they really wanted it because it was a revolutionary product, right? It changed the way we look at things on the web now on our phones. But that's what this is. It's like you will jump through hoops if something is as good that changes your life. And ChatGPT has changed a lot of people's lives as far as like their daily driver. And that's what the iPhone did. Anyways, yeah. I got a Keanu Reeves. Somebody else posted something about AI, and then they linked to Keanu Reeves. It was a different Stacker News post, but Keanu Reeves said the interviewer asked him, "Should I be worried about AIs coming for my job?" And Reeves said, "The people who are paying you for your art would rather not pay you. They're actively seeking a way around you because artists are tricky. Humans are messy." And then the interviewer says, "We push back. We have our own ideas." And then Keanu says, People empowered don't want that, you know? So that's not your lifetime. That's like your next birthday. And before then, they're going to challenge how much they pay you. So everyone's going to be an independent worker. Look at all the independence you have. Let's not have unions. This is from Keanu Reeves, Mr. Matrix, Mr. Anderson.
Wow. Mr. Keanu himself.
He's super scared of the AI. And it kind of makes sense. You know, he had to battle him in the Matrix.
Well, yeah, he probably read a lot of like AI philosophy to prepare for the role.
Yeah, he probably did. If there's anybody that knows, it's Keanu. Zesposki Trico, he said, when the iPhone came out, people became millionaires with a flashlight app. With ChatGPT, somebody will invent something remarkably simple, hook it up to a chatbot, and become filthy rich. Do you think? I don't think that's going to. Do you think that's going to happen? Do you think that's with plugins?
Yeah.
Wow.
Why not?
That makes sense. What's Stacker News plugin?
Never. I don't know.
Whoa, really?
I don't know. You asked me a question that was semi-ridiculous. I gave you a semi-ridiculous answer.
I'll take it. Stackers want to know. I think that's it for the top 5 stories. What else you got?
What else do I got? Well, you got your top story.
You want me to do my top story first?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to share this with us called New Wavlake offers a far more enhanced experience than before. We had somebody visit the lab this week and they were like, Car, have you tried Wavlake? And I was like, no, I haven't tried it since the first time I used it. And when I used it, I was like, whoa, this is actually way better than I remember before. So now you can basically go, well, that too, that's another thing, but you can basically go on the site, you click Wavlake radio, and then you automatically just starts playing music. It's kind of awesome. But it's right there. See that? Kind of cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I shared it on Snacker News because I was like, you know, let other people know if they have like, I don't know what the attention was on it, but get it pushed up there.
I think what this shows to me is that that Michael, the founder, one of the co-founders, the other co-founder Sam, but perhaps both of them together are really smart. I think really thinking about their users a lot and kind of and how to bridge the gap between no users, no artists to Spotify. And I think they're doing it right. It's like very gradual, very.
Yeah, this reminds me of early Pandora. I remember using early Pandora. This reminds me exactly like that. There wasn't that many popular artists, but it's good. I listen to all the music just on the radio. It sounds really good.
Yeah,
kind of cool.
I've been listening to it too.
They also introduced a Waveman, which is, man, this would be cool if somebody would actually make this product. Gosh, wouldn't you want that in real life?
I don't know how much I'd pay for it, but
we'll see.
I'm not really gadget. You're more gadgety.
Yeah, I love gadgets. Anyway, they released this on Oster. I haven't had time to play with it, but I'm looking forward to this weekend. This looks like a lot of fun. Michael did post a whole, kind of blog of how he made it and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he lists out details and follow-up blog posts that followed the announcement about how it was made, kind of what they did with the Nostr protocol to make it work. And it's a pretty cool insight into maybe how you might design something that Nostr wasn't suited for into Nostr. And so I'd give that a read.
You should get some stickers like that. That would be cool. Throw it on some laptops.
Yeah.
They have a really good logo.
What is their, the WAV? Yeah, the W. It is a cool logo. But what is is there anything hidden in it that I'm not seeing?
What do you mean? It's supposed to be a W.
I know it's supposed to be a W.
Right here? Can you scroll up?
I can't scroll up any higher, but let's see if I could scroll down and find it. No. Yeah, it's just like the screen cuts it off.
We'll
go back. Go to Wavman. Wavman has it somewhere, right?
Yeah.
No. Oh, there it is, right here.
Yeah, right there. It's right there at the top.
Yeah.
It's a nice W.
It is a nice W. It does. I see. Oh, the front. I was trying to figure out but the L is the front line is an L. Figured it out, guys.
Wait, what are you saying? The front line is the L?
Well, like the front leg of the W, that's an L.
Oh.
Because it's Wavlake.
Oh. I just thought it was a W. Kind of remind me of the Nike check. I was like, that looks cool.
That's right.
All right. That's
That's your
My top story. What's your top story?
My top story is the Superstore. This is one I was playing with right before.
Superstore? What's this?
Right before.
I haven't heard of this.
Oh, don't lie. Don't lie to our loyal listeners, Car. Mr. Super Testnet has been working on Superstore, which is a kind of a fun no-sir web store. You can kind of very simply spin up a store to sell stuff for Bitcoin, and it publishes everything on Nostr, and it sets you up with like an ephemeral key pair that you like keep safe to manage your store and do comms. I think it also under the hood uses whisper addresses, which was
he's pulling from his bag of tricks.
Yeah, which was like a Bitcoin like key tweaking, privacy for the receiver, protocol, and Bitcoin on-chain protocol. And so that's how you receive here. Anyway, just a really cool, like fun project.
Works on mobile too.
Works on mobile. I created my own store. Let's see if it'll load here for me. I'm selling tropical peanuts and canned ham.
What is that? Oh,
if anyone wants to buy,
get it on Superstore.
Yeah, get it on Superstore. So here's a tropical peanuts.
Is that you in that picture?
Yeah, that's me, and that's when I get ready for this morning? When I prep for I have training camp for beach to get ready for the beach. I get lean like this.
That's funny.
Yeah, but if you're in Finland, please consider buying these nuts because
what's going on?
They're really good.
How many beers have you had, dude?
Just one, dude, and 5 others before. Why can't I go back? Let me see if I can go. Oh, there's a back button on the page. That's right. Here we go. And then I'm also selling canned ham.
All right, Stackers, we gotta stop this. Okay, we're not just gonna shill what Keyan's selling on Superstore.
Dude, no, this is important. People need to hear this.
No one wants your hammy, mammy, canny, ham. No one wants
it's this. Manny's, hammy, and a canny. And if you want some canned ham, please visit my Superstore and get some because it is delicious.
I will say, Super's been working hard on this project all the week. Like I've been here since till midnight most of the days, and Super's right there, and he's still trucking along. And then I come in the morning, he's back there again. So he put a lot of hard work into it. So.
Yeah, he's been really excited about it, and it's cool to see.
Yeah, it's good to see him building back on Nostr again. Yeah, the world needs him there. We got we got to do the top.
These are top stackers for the week. A super stat segment after the Superstore. BTC Remnant stacked quite a bit. I think he might have been the one that posted the Losing Faith one. Bit by Bit 21, Shibe, Shadowy Martian, rsync, Darthcoin, Siggy, Code Psychology. Lots of top stackers this week. Lots of Bitcoin earned.
It's good to see new people in there.
Yeah,
at the top now. For a while, like Darthcoin and Siggy were holding down.
I agree. Frost Dragon, one of the bigger spenders. Dust Up, Launch Window, Blockchain Boog. Now, Austin still with his job. Foundation too. E-currency holder boosted for PlebFi in Miami.
Austin's on there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then we'll take a look at Cowboys. I'm not as high as I once was.
This is my least favorite segment, Stackers, by the way.
I know,
because you don't know.
Because Car cannot keep a cowboy hat.
I can't get a cowboy. Can't get a cowboy. What is
people
going
that
on?
know how it works? No.
Somebody please make a post. I'm going to set a bounty. How do you get a cowboy hat?
That's true.
Set a bounty. Let's end this. We will end this.
That's rude.
Next week we'll check in.
Dude, Austin is killing it. So he's got the longest one. CLR is coming up next. BTC Manual, Gray Ruby, Siggy. Yeah, look, I mean, it drops off.
Siggy, make a bounty. Siggy,
it drops off really fast. Like the BCC Manual is 40 days.
It's not easy. Look at you. You even lost it.
Yeah, no, I've only had it 12 days.
You know why Austin's winning it? Because he's like building crazy cool stuff at Sonato, dude. That's why.
Yeah, that my AI algorithm knows what people are building, and that's why you don't have one car.
That's probably true. You probably connected to it all.
Whatever.
So we got some boost this week. This is from hang on. Yeah, Blockchain Book. He said PV. And he went like that. And then he had a question for you. This is from SNL63. This one gets meta. He said, Nostr chat, ! 2 things. How secure is it? This can be used for customer service chats instead of using Telegram? Coop.
Oh, that's a good point. Nostr chat is probably not very private at all. So I think it's completely public. I think I think that it's probably based on the NIPs that have to do with group chats, and none of those are encrypted. The only thing that you can encrypt so far or as far as communications on Nostr are DMs, and even those have some pretty big privacy problems.
Yeah, I remember on Enigma it was, it was on the web, but I would imagine because it had those group messages. That had to be encrypted, right? No, it wasn't. Even those group messages.
No, the group messages. As far as I know, that no one has implemented encrypted group messaging on Nostr. You have encrypted DMs, but all the group messaging happens in public.
That'd be a nice feature.
It would be.
You get rid of Signal.
But I think we need a cryptographer to step in and kind of
do that.
Teach people how to
set a bounty. Set a bounty.
Set a bounty. Giddy up.
25K sats. All right. I think that's all I got. Keyan, what are you doing this weekend?
What am I doing this weekend? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
You're not going to come for the pleb mining workshop?
There's a pleb mining workshop?
Yeah. Nick's doing a whole Bitcoin mining thing.
I didn't know Nick mined.
He's a pleb miner.
Dude, I know.
Humble pleb miner.
That's cool. I'll maybe come. I gotta see what else I got going on.
Rotilla is right afterwards too.
Do you go to that?
I want to, but I gotta be waiting to this internet, dude. I gotta be here tomorrow for the internet.
Otherwise, you'd go.
Otherwise, I'd go.
What else you got? What do you got going on?
Right now I gotta go run some just like stuff, get ready for the party next week, and then we have a lot of people coming in town, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, dude, it's fun. We're gonna have a big week next week here in Austin. If you're coming, expect a good time.
I'm gonna be here, and I expect a good time, or I want a refund.
No refunds.
Oh, what? I want to speak to the manager.
We'll see you next time, Staggers.
Zap.